Let's go, Larry. Let's go. It's time to finally make YouTube. Time to start YouTube.
All right. Let me sleep. 2:16.6 a.m. Nice and bloated. Oh, well, Ruby, so we gotta get this day started. She's ready to go, apparently. All right, guys, Diego showed up at the house this morning, and I guess I'm tired of being a little baby, making excuses, but we're doing the YouTube video today. First one's coming out. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Day after Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a pretty nice Thanksgiving. I am tired. So we had 2 eventful days. It's like a big hometown tradition to all go out the night before Thanksgiving. So yeah, just recovering a little bit from that, but we're gonna kill a chest day today. I'm gonna get the house cleaned up, get some food in me. Me and Diego are gonna do a little cooking video. And yeah, we'll get the day started. All right, so the house is cleaned. Getting ready to go to the grocery store. Get a nice meal for me and Diego, maybe a couple other things. The daily subs. Already ate breakfast, like oatmeal and protein with a banana and some orange juice, pretty basic, but supplement wise. So this is what I'll take every morning. Fish oil and turmeric, more for inflammation and joint support. Vitamin B5, I have like oily skin, so that helps it. It's just plantainic acid. Check it out. I don't know if I'm explaining it all. Cort Ease, this lowers your cortisol. So like in the morning, I just got blood work done. In the morning, I wake up and I have like really high cortisol levels, just like stressed out with like everything in life, I guess. So after getting blood work done, I've been taking 2 of these every morning. So this like helps me relax a little bit and lowers that cortisol, helps anxiety, all that kind of stuff. Vitamin C, just cause you know, I don't want to be getting sick. And then we got the Sigma, this is Gorilla Mode's test booster. Really the only thing I was looking for in this is these 2 compounds called, I'm probably gonna pronounce this wrong, but Fidosha extract and what's the other one? Tongkat Ali. So those two roots, I believe they're both different types of roots, have like tons of studies done to like boost natural testosterone in terms of like your free test and your total test. Because when I got my blood work done, my total test was like medium, it was like 550. My free test was like 12, and the scale was like 9 to 24. So that was obviously a lot lower than what I needed it to be. And usually when your free test is lower, your SHBG, or sex hormone binding globulin, is gonna be up a little bit higher. This is kind of too deep into the weeds, but it's gonna be up higher, and that usually means like your test is all bound up. So if you have high SHBG and low free test, it makes sense because you're having like your total test, the 550 test that I have, is all bound up. Like I should have more free tests roaming. And what matters in like the body and the gym and everything really is gonna be free test. So if you're really trying to optimize your health and get everything in order, you could order those products separately, the Tongkat Ali and Fidosha extract, but this had a bundle deal. It just had everything included. The other compounds in here like ashwagandha and boron, which aren't gonna hurt. But yeah, so this is what I've been doing for like 4 weeks, and I'll get blood work again in like maybe 8 weeks, so 12 weeks total of that. And then ashwagandha too, just stress support. Delicious. Not really sure what the recipe calls for, we're just gonna free ball it, getting the rice in before we head to Kroger. So I know like one dry scoop is only like 140 carbs. So we'll do a little over that. We'll do like 1 1/4 or something, 1 1/2. Because me and Diego need to put some weight on. And then go with that, you just double the amount of rice in water. So we will do, what would that be? 3 scoops of water. And honestly, extra water in your rice is always a plus because Everybody wants dry rice. And if you're storing it, making like a decent amount of it, extra water helps keep the moisture in, especially in this thing. This thing is a beast. Boom, you just let it do its thing. We'll come home and it'll be steaming hot, ready to go rice. See y'all soon. All right, so right now we are cutting up some chicken boobies and throwing it into our teriyaki, garlic, sesame oil, little blend there with a little lemon juice and whatnot. And we're gonna let that soak for like 20 or 30 minutes. Probably less, honestly, because we got places to be. But throw this in. How much do we have, Diego? I think this is like, yeah, we can. I usually like half a pack. Half a pack's like 50 grams of protein, I think I've measured it out as. So we'll just do a full pack and have like 50 grams each or something. It's not that much. Now we are mixing up the concoction of the teriyaki stuff and the garlic and the oil and all that jazz. And looks like we forgot a chicken breast. So we will let this sit and soak a little bit. This is gonna be good, dude. Really good. Cover this up here. Keep some of that moisture in. Pack it in there real tight. Awesome. Okay, so let that sit. We'll cut this pineapple open. And once we get the pineapple open, we'll get started on the salad. Go from there. All right, this is gonna be juicy. Also, a quick tip, I've been really mixing pineapple in a lot of my foods, like beef and everything, beef and rice and whatever. Good way to tell when a pineapple is ripe is obviously the color. What you can do is you can pull on the stems, and if it comes out easily, then you know it's ready to go. So this one is good. We'll cut straight down the middle. All right, cool. Now we have our pineapple. So we're gonna carve this into kind of a bowl type thing. This is gonna be what we eat out of. It's gonna have some of the pineapple juice right here. So it's gonna have some of the pineapple juice and just overall like more nutrition, a little more flavor. So we'll throw the chicken and rice in there. Right now I'm trying to figure out the best way to cut this out without actually cutting through the pineapple. So we'll just kind of cut a bowl type shape and split it up and then spoon it out. Pineapple is extracted. And we have our bowls here, so this is what we'll be eating out of. Nice and juicy, if you guys can see. So we'll throw the rice in first, then the teriyaki chicken on top, and then while the air fryer is cooking the chicken, we will throw this like the last 5 minutes. I'll probably throw it in for 20 minutes, 15. Last 5 minutes we'll throw the pineapple on, crispalize a little bit. On top of all that, it'll get really juicy and flavor it up a bit. Salad time begins. So what I got now is, it's called Queen City, but basically it's like some lettuce, arugula, I don't know if I said that right, and microgreens. We'll probably split this in half and then just split up into here. Vegetable wise, we have tomatoes. We're gonna use these tomatoes actually. So tomatoes, those are nasty. Some bell peppers, green and red bell peppers, a little bit of chopped onion. We'll throw some low fat, reduced fat Mexican cheese on top of everything, followed by a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette. Other key component that I really started to like is cucumber. So it's also super hydrating, so I love it overall. That is our veggies. All right. Salads go there. Croutons. They are delicious and crunchy. That might be a lot. All right. After croutons, we have a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette. Delicious. The cheese on top. And boom, that looks delicious. It's time to load up the rice into the pineapple. So we have our scale here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna preset it to 0. Now we're gonna load up the rice into the pineapple. We had our scale under here. So we're gonna go ahead and 0 that baby out. It's in grams, so we're good to go. I usually always have my rice meals either pre-workout or post-workout. It doesn't really matter. I shoot for around 300 grams. With how small these pineapples are, we'll probably do like 250. That's about like 80 grams of carbs roughly off the top of my head. Give or take a bit, but I'd recommend, so if you're investing, I guess, in some tools in order to cook, 2 of my go-tos are gonna be an Instapot or a rice cooker, and then also an air fryer. Those things save you a ton of time when you're cooking. You can literally get home from the gym, throw in rice, throw in some meat into the air fryer. After you get out of the shower and changed up, it should be good to go. It usually takes 20 minutes for about both of these. Big time saver before work when you're getting ready, after workout, like I said. Saves you a ton of time and is also delicious and nutritious. About 190. Okay, it's about 275. This one's about closer to 300. So now we have our pineapples loaded with at least 100 carbs worth of white rice, white jasmine rice. Decided just to throw in the pineapple fresh. I'll usually oil and saute it, but this is pretty juicy and already ripe enough, so I think it's good to go how it is. Plus, I'm gonna try it out, so maybe some cold texture and a little more fresh might be a little better in it. Anyways, so, ooh, smokes. Don't bend this over. So we have our teriyaki chicken all seasoned up in there. It's all crystallized and everything. So what we will do is we will grab this, go ahead and do a fork. Get all this chicken. Oh, this looks delicious. So air fried chicken. And we'll just scoop this out on top. Man, this is a messy job. That's gonna be delicious. Oh my God. 50 grams right there. I'd like to do like 150 grams of chicken on each would be pretty awesome. Okay. Go ahead and load this one up. This is gonna be an amazing meal. Okay, so about 170 on here. So we're gonna take a small piece of chicken. We'll call it a little under, but maybe 180 grams of chicken on each of these and 300 grams of rice, approximately. Put the macros for you guys. On top of that, we will get a little bit of pineapple on top, just for some flavor. All right, a pineapple, we're gonna get a little bit of pineapple juice on top of this. Nice and juicy. A little pineapple juice on top of this. All right, that looks really good. Okay, so we got our pre-training meal here. Kind of went over it all before, but I am getting ready to chow down here with Diego. We are starving to death. And yeah, cooking this made me even more hungry. So here we get at it. We're gonna polish this baby off and get ready to train. So in the meantime, I pull up a couple questions from just my DMs and previous Q&As and answer some of those while we eat. All right, guys, we just absolutely smashed that food. So I'm feeling good. We're gonna let that digest. and I'm going to answer a couple questions in my DMs that I've yet to get to. A lot of them are revolving around diet. Like a lot of people are gonna asking like trying to grow muscle, get shredded, like any tips on fat loss, stuff like that. The first thing I would recommend is, if you're not already doing it, tracking your food. I don't track my food necessarily every day now, but after years of doing it, even if you're just doing it for a little bit, if you're able to track your food for, let's say, 6 months, you're gonna get a better understanding of like what food is made of. You can look at food and understand its like macronutrients and kind of what its composition looks like overall. In terms of like fat loss overall, or even if you're trying to gain weight, I wanted to make a post about this and I eventually will, but carb cycling. Carb cycling is something I've been doing for several years now. There's tons of ways to do it, but the most basic way is gonna be having like a high day, a refeed day, and a low day. So on the high day is what I did today basically. And that would be for a training day. So it's an average training day. I'm gonna have my high calories. For me, it's around like 500 carbs, 280 protein, and like 70 to 90 fat. I'm pretty flexible right now. But that's what I'll do for my training days. And training, I'll do like my normal scheduled cardio, which might be like 20 minutes. And then a low day, I'm gonna do on my off day because I have less needs. So I'm not gonna expend as many calories. I don't need to intake as many calories. So my low day, I'm taking an off day from training. My focus is on recovery. I'm gonna lower my calories a little bit because like I said, I'm not gonna be using those in the gym, so I don't need the extra surplus of like carbs and maybe an extra fat, but I mostly manipulate carbs, which is why I said carb cycling. And then of course you have your refeed days. So your refeed days, if you have a cheat meal or you have a free meal every week, depending if you're working with anybody or you're doing your own thing, or you know, if you're just trying to get into this, you can do a high day for your normal training, low day for your off days, and refeed day on like a leg day. Do it for like a leggy muscle group or something you really want to bring up.
How do you find your maintenance calories?
There's calculators and stuff online, so that's an okay way to go about it, but it's not really gonna be super accurate. The best way to kind of dive into that is picking something moderate, like try to figure out what you're already eating, picking something moderately around that full of whole foods, and start tracking your calories, seeing if you're gaining weight or losing weight or maintaining weight with the calories you just chose, and that'll kind of give you a good feedback if that calculator was close to what you're supposed to be at. But just working with some of those and then seeing how your body responds, you can dictate whether you're in a surplus or maintenance, and then from there you either add on or take away. Cardio program. My cardio program. What do you guys think my cardio program is? Not a whole lot. In all honesty, I try to do about 20 or 30 minutes a day. It normally nuts out to be 4 or 5 times a week. Fasted cardio. I know studies show that there's not a huge difference. I really notice fasted cardio being beneficial to me. For one, it's a good way to wake you up, get you moving, get your body loosened up, get you hungry for breakfast. If you're in a surplus, walking's gonna be your best friend. Helps a lot with digestion and kind of giving yourself some hunger cues to when your body's moving and your metabolism's running properly.
Well, I think it's time to go to the gym.
I think it's time to get a pump. Let's go check out my supplements and see what I'm taking for my intra workout, pre-workout, and get Diego a little pumped up with some of it too. Alrighty, so time for pre-workout. We got the SUPPS ready to go. Gonna go through my pre-workout and then intra-workout drink. Obviously this might be a little overkill. That's what Diego's just saying, which he's right. So I'm gonna go through probably what I would recommend. I take this all because it's available and sent to me, so I'm gonna use it. But there's probably just a few things that I would be like, okay, like these I actually do recommend. Intra workout, we'll start with that. So intra workout, I'm gonna drink a little bit on the way to the gym and then kind of sip it throughout the whole workout. So the first thing is gonna be carbohydrates. This is just plain carbs, a little less sugar. If you don't have a lot of money and you don't wanna just blow it on, you know, intra workout carbs, you can get Gatorade, which I'll also sprinkle a little bit on it because it tastes good. But Gatorade's a little bit cheaper and pretty much the same thing. This just says straight sugar though. Sugar is one of the fastest digesting carbs there is. So this will keep you full and pumped up in the gym. When you deplete a little bit of glycogen, this will fill you back up. We will sprinkle a little bit of that. 40 grams of carbs I'm gonna sip on throughout my workout. Keep me pumped up, keep me energized, keep me full. EAAs, probably not gonna go into my like, you need to get these immediately. This is nice when you're in a deficit and you're cutting real hard and you want to sip a little bit of protein. EAA is basically just a fast digesting protein. A little bit of overkill, but when you're in a deficit in like a catabolic state, it's worth it. Right now, I just do it because I have it. Creatine, absolute must. I think this is probably the #1 supplement. Creatine, protein, and then I really like the intra-workout carbs because they do make a difference. They keep you full. This is a huge scoop, so it's probably like 10 to 15 grams of creatine. Definitely don't need a loading phase while we're on that topic. Creatine, I would say just do 10 grams. They say 5. If you're gonna do 5, that's really all you need. I do 10 grams because I just want to absorb the maximum amount. So if I can absorb a little more than 5, I'm gonna absorb it. Whatever I don't absorb, I'm gonna pee out. So I'm not really worried about it. So I always take 10 in my intra workout. Another one that I say probably not necessary, but I'm gonna do because I was out for Thanksgiving and enjoying some alcoholic drinks and some good food with my family. This is gonna have coconut water and electrolytes in it, so this is gonna keep me hydrated a little bit. That is gonna cover the intra workout. For pre-workout, which we're going to drink right now, we are just going to do straight up Nitro Surge, which is our pre-workout. It has about 170 mgs of caffeine. I'm gonna do about 3/4 a scoop, so let's say 140 milligrams of caffeine. I try not to go over 200 at all. Kind of sluggish today just because, holidays and like I said, going out and stuff before all the holidays. Pump enhancer. This is gonna be a non-stim, so no caffeine. This is gonna be made up of primarily things like, what do we got here? L-citrulline, L-arginine, some blood flow enhancers, so kind of get all the blood moving for you. I'm gonna do 2 scoops of this. And then in addition to that, nitric oxide support, which is pretty much the same thing. This is obviously gonna be non-stim. It's gonna have a complex of, it's called nitrocigin or something. It's basically an L-citrulline, L-arginine blend as well. So just helps get your blood vessels pumping and put the blood to where you need to go. So whatever muscle group you're hitting, it's gonna be able to allow more blood flow to that muscle. More blood flow means more nutrients and more of a pump. So the longer we're pumped, the more blood flow that's in our muscles, more nutrients delivered, the bigger our muscles grow, the faster they recover, etc. So I'm gonna take the caps and put it down the hatch. Got non-stim and stim with 2 types of pump products and then 2 pills of the nitric oxide and intra-workout carbs. So hopefully we're gonna get a pump today no matter what. Plus the Thanksgiving dinner last night. We're gonna move some weight and have a nice pump.
All right, Larry, let's pick back up on this Q&A.
So don't make me wreck there, Buster.
Try not to.
Yeah, how about you ask me some questions, Diego? These DMs are too complicated for me.
All right, what is the one thing you want everyone to know about you that's watching this?
It's a good question. I feel like I have more of a life outside of fitness. I guess like people follow me on Instagram or that maybe watch this be like, this is all you do, dude. Like all you care about is lifting. Like is this your full-time job? Is this all that you're doing? Like there's just so much more about me than there is in the gym. And that's why I'm thinking about like getting this YouTube going so that I can show like other aspects of my life a little bit. Like it'll be more a fitness focused YouTube, but just show my personality. Like I'm not just some meathead in the gym. Like I have a job outside the gym I really love and focus on career stuff. And I just really started to get into lifting hardcore. Like I've always loved it my whole life. I've been lifting for like 8 years. From playing football in high school and then cheerleading in college, and now like I just did my first bodybuilding show in powerlifting meet last year. So this is all really new to me, and I've just always balanced it all with my life. So the one thing I would probably just want people to know is lifting's not my entire life. It is a huge focus and just part of my lifestyle, but there's a lot more to me than just some meathead that lifts and posts shirtless pictures on Instagram and gives a couple quick tips and whatnot.
If you had one recommendation on how people can balance their workout life with their personal life, what would that be?
Time management, obviously. I feel like that goes without being said though. I would really just focus on making it part of your lifestyle completely. So maybe working out 6 times a week isn't for you. I don't even do that. Like 3 or 4 times a week, you can make an enormous amount of progress. And you could spend an hour and a half or 2 hours in the gym. You can still focus a ton on your career stuff, on social life stuff, and still dedicate, 7 hours a week to the gym. You can find the time to do that. Take out time from your day that you're spending just laying around or scrolling on Instagram or everything like that, and put it into your workout. And then just figuring out a way to make nutrition fun for you. Like, you don't have to strict diet and track every macro. Find foods that you like that are quality whole foods, and get like, I mean, we literally had a recipe today, chicken and rice, and we made it like interesting and somewhat fun and delicious. So there's ways you can eat healthy and still make it fun and spice things up a little bit. And I always preach like balance. I know everybody does, but like seriously, like, you can go out and socialize and go out to the bars and have fun. You just have to really encompass this lifestyle. You can't go out and then just like delete the whole next day. If you're gonna go out or enjoy different foods, you have to get right back on track. You still have to hit your workout. You still have to hit your cardio. You still have to like chase all the goals that you already established. Just because like some event pops up doesn't mean your whole day goes out the way. Maybe a couple hours you do things that might not be the best towards your goal, but I'd rather have a progression track that is slow and steady than the people that are like prep 24/7. This is all they're doing, no social life, no nothing, and just fly up like this, and then they crash and burn, and then they go back in these phases.
I think Nick Bear had a good point on that. He said to be consecutively good, or
win the week,
and occasionally great.
Yes, that is amazing. But say it one more time.
Be consistently good rather than occasionally great.
I think that sums up what I was just saying. And just winning week after week.
All right, one more question. Has the pre-workout hit you yet?
I'm kind of a little tingly, but it doesn't have a ton of the vitality in it, so I'm feeling good. My energy's definitely up. Sometimes after eating, I'm just like, man, I need like a belly rub and a nap, and just to like KO for a minute, scratch Ruby's belly, have her scratch my belly, and maybe turn on a little Netflix or something. But hey, pre-workout is in, and we are going to have a killer freaking chest day.
Say some chest!
I want to take you guys through it, but that's going to be another video. I'm going to go deep into training, exercise selection, tempo, intensity reps, all that stuff. But for today, we're just going to enjoy some intense training and maybe a little bit of tips and stuff across it. But for the most part, just going to be a little montage, right?
Yep.
He's editing it. I mean, I have no control. This man, Jesus Christ. All right, yeah, we gotta turn this camera off. Love you guys.
Larry's gotta drive. Bye.
Diego and I are absolutely gassed. Just crushed that workout, hung out a little bit, and talked to Vern, the owner there. Him and Diego haven't seen each other in a while. Told us about this sushi place next door, so we smacked sushi. I'm absolutely done with cheap meals and eating out for a long time. Getting back on track, holidays are over, so definitely looking forward to that. But anyways, I think I'm just gonna end the video here. Glad I kind of hopped on here and started it. Thank you, Diego, for kind of urging me to do it. I've been meaning to for quite some time now. If you guys made it this far, I really appreciate it, and follow along for the journey. So if you guys can subscribe, like, anything like that, the support means a ton to me. And even beyond that, just commenting anything that you want me to do, teach, or just if you want to say day in the life stuff, any ideas are welcomed. Really just getting into this, so I don't know how consistent it'll be, but I mean, at least maybe 1 or 2 a month. Diego, what do you think?
2?
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best, stay consistent. We'll see how it goes, see if you guys like it or not. And if we get some good ideas, I'd love to attack it and get it going and share a little bit more about me and maybe my life outside of the gym and I guess me as a person. So appreciate you guys.